Hey, how's it going, everyone? Haven't made a video in a little bit. Wasn't feeling too great the last while. The lighting in my room is pretty terrible at the moment, so my skin doesn't have the quite vibrant look that I'm going for. Um, I have had a shower. This is not grease. It kind of, I could probably comb it. I should go buy a comb. Anyway, what the video is going to be about is why I typically don't make memes. They're not especially very hard to do, especially if you have the right templates. Because usually, if you have half a brain, you can cobble up a few words to say. I mean, it helps having some, context and a subject or whatever. And, I'm not necessarily too big on, the know your meme attitude. Like, because I may have said this before, but, like Willy Wonka is a well misused meme if you want to, get into that know your meme sort of thing. But I look at it as just whatever. Like it's a meme that's commonly used, so it's no big deal, in my opinion. Anyway, I made a fair amount of memes yesterday, about 10, but I consider them good memes. Uh, the reason I'm making this video is because I have noticed that my social media is crawling with trolls. Uh, when you're on this sort of thing, it's like reading the gossip magazines. You can you can read what it has to say, and it's between the lines, and you can just understand it because you've been looking at it for so long. And the tone and mannerisms of basically, well, Facebook and I guess even YouTube is beginning to change a little bit. I don't really consider myself a troll, but other people are going to disagree. Uh, I'm more of a goblin, actually, if you want to know the truth. Um, I didn't actually like how the goblins were portrayed in The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings movies. I think that made them kind of look kind of gross and disgusting. I mean, there are times when my dad does remind me of the Goblin King because he doesn't wear a shirt. I tell him not to, but he doesn't listen. Um, yeah, okay, so whatever, not a big deal. Um, but yeah, all the other goblins, they basically look like boogers. But I think they were misrepresented, if you want my opinion. And in Lord of the Rings in particular, there was an undertone of not really liking the elves, and they really were stuck-up assholes. Like, particularly the dwarves had a lot of reason to not like him. The humans didn't particularly like him, and this all kind of gets into the folklore of the Warcraft 3 sort of thing. I'm not personally very big into World of Warcraft. I played a little bit of it and I just thought it was stupid, so I stopped playing it. I prefer when there's a story mode and it's casual setting. I don't like, unpredictable events and, just unorganized mess. I don't really like that. Anyway, there's that. So I did want to talk about the memes I made. And I'll show you so that, because I mean, I don't remember every single word off from offhand, but um, I just want to give you some context to some of these memes because, like, it's not that I entirely think that people don't believe I made them, but, especially in the bureaucratic scene, people are compulsive liars, even to themselves, as far as, one institution to another organization and this, that, and the other. Um, they just misrepresent the truth. And, I just kind of want to set the record straight on what memes I've made. Because the thing is, there are people surrounding my social media who claim to be me, who are not. Um, I guess I can be kind of attractive in a way if it's a chick or something. I suppose I don't even know. Okay, I'm not even thinking about But anyway, so I'm gonna show you one of the memes I made. Um, so see if it's showing up on my webcam or not. SpongeBob. Try and get this proper. You know this. No, it's not working. Oh no, it's getting into the vortex thing again. How the hell can I get this stupid thing to work? Okay, when your side bitch is arguing with your other side bitch, I've had enough of taking crap from you people. It's not like I know where either of you have been. This is very true. Because, you know, at this point in time, I know that, like, you know, I wouldn't mind having a casual relationship with one chick, but, you know, there's just too many things that are going to be happening that I don't have any control over. So that's, you know, it's an unrealistic idea. So I'd prefer just, you know, a few casual chicks and, you know, SpongeBob getting mad. I mean, like, who's going to take SpongeBob seriously, honestly? I thought this one was funny. I said I would drink less booze. What more do you want? Is that even on? Fuck, I can't see this thing at the same time. Maybe I should just use my my regular camera on it. See, like, look what happens there. It's like, you know, entering a vortex or something. What more do you want? He's got the. Oh, here, I think I got it. Said I would drink less booze, and you know, like I understand them wanting to treat my sore throat and things like that, you know, in their own way, which I don't agree with. In fact, I'd heard that 3 times on social media where they're like, "Oh, surgery is better than painkillers," blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, well, doctors perform surgeries all the time when they're not necessary because then they can make money that way. And you know, if they're the reason why there's pain in the first place, then I think it's more than fair to say, like, look, just give them a little bit of a painkiller, take the edge off, fuck off, fucking hypocritical cocksuckers. Anyway, yeah, that's, you know, SpongeBob. He's like, look at me, I'm concerned. I don't trust these people. Okay, I like that one. There's a Columbus one. I apologize for nothing. And you know what? I concur. Why should we apologize for anything? Fuck you. Moving on. Now this one I thought was very clever. It was my Lord of the Rings one. Uh, Sean Bean, Boromir. One does not simply create a flawless cult of personality. You know, I won't say I'm the first one to have thought of a meme like this, but I've never seen one before. So, you know, obviously memes like this don't get popular because, or, you know, the words in memes like this don't get popular because they don't want people thinking in this sort of, you know, mindset. So I don't even know if anyone's seeing this one or not really. But there are assholes who do not sleep, and the eternal Jew is ever watchful. Hollywood is a Jewish paradise riddled with sleazy sycophants and vindictive dinosaurs. Not with 10,000 memes could you do this. It is folly. Very well said, Sean Bean. Very well said. I like the Pepperidge Farms one. Pepperidge Farm remembers what happened in Vietnam. And so should you. That's pretty self-explanatory right there. Oh, there's this one. If I do this show. Oh, damn it. Double vision. Yeah, well, that seems to be the problem. Because I mean, the joke is that they're laughing in front of you, but you don't actually know what they're thinking. I mean, you know what you're thinking, which is doot 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 doot, but and maybe a little bit of doot 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 doot, but you don't know what they're thinking. I mean, who knows what they're thinking? I'm gonna pretend I do. know what they're thinking. I made a Kaepernick meme, the Toy Story. This meme technically is a little bit inaccurate because I forget why Buzz Lightyear has this conversation, but I just figured this would be applicable to what this scenario looks like to me. I misspelled Kaepernick. I noticed that afterwards, but I don't care because I don't like Kaepernick. Lousy football player. Yeah, I won't get into that too much. I have no idea what meme this is. I just happened to run into it. It's one with a dude and there's a chick over there, and I don't know. They're both thinking of something. Who knows what? So there's that. Girl dropping her panties. Seems harmless enough on the surface. Damn it. It's like going into a vortex all over. See, look. What am I supposed to do about that? So anyway, that's more of a private matter, so I'm not going to talk about that too much. Well, we got the Jim Carrey meme. Because I think I'd heard Jim Carrey might have played Carnage, but the fact was he's too old. He has the right personality to play Carnage, but he's just too old, and he's not muscular enough. I don't think either. So somebody's gonna replace him. I don't know who. I mean, Tom Hardy's playing Venom, so I have no idea who would play Carnage. But I thought it was a funny meme to put up. Oh, and the Psycho Girl. The thing is, I'm trying to create a cult of personality here, right? So, I've never actually run into a woman of this nature before. But I'm sure they're out there. Oh, I believe it. Maybe not in the literal sense, but they're just it's like a woodpecker could come along and start pecking at her head or something, and I don't know, it might just be the sound of wood. I really don't know, but we'll just have to cross that bridge when we get there. Oh, Kermit the Frog meme. I have to say this because people have a tendency to like I can't communicate with anyone. Like every time I'm shut down, no matter who I go to talk to, it's just like they only listen to me for just a few minutes, and then they either get bored or they it just doesn't get anywhere for me ever. I mean, isolation can do that to the mind. Well, then here's one I particularly like. It was the last one I made so far, and it was in context towards the liaison that I had, the binding and thickening agent of a sauce, often based on yolks. I rather liked her. I mean, I had found some pictures of her. I loved her legs. She was hot. I'm not the kind of guy who would, just post, pictures of ex-girlfriends onto Facebook. I don't do that. I'm not one of these people who cuts out people's faces and plasters it on anything. I don't believe in that. I don't do it. But part of the reason I made this video is because I can't guarantee somebody else wouldn't do that. And the fact that my social media is crawling with trolls, I have no control over that, and they're not going to listen to me. So anyway, I'd been referring her to Dr. Girlfriend to my buddy. And yeah, it is true that my Illuminati penis is very gigantic. So she obviously, she couldn't handle it. Too much for her. Which I thought was funny. I mean, I respected that she's a private person, so, there's that. But, I mean, to take things into perspective, this is kind of what happened to me, in a sense, and she may have played an active role in that. Probably did, as a matter of fact. She's got, different set of jobs that she does. I have no idea. They're not going to tell me. But, if I get what I want in the end, then it's all good. Whatever. I can look past that. I don't hold grudges if I don't have to. Um, and something about that. And the thing is, um, yeah, what was I gonna say? I'm really anxious to see this movie, this Thor Ragnarok movie. I think it'll be good. I hope so too. Unfortunately, I got a bad feeling for Loki in that one. I mean, one has to take into consideration that there are different versions of Loki, okay, with different writers and this and that and the other. And that's why that actors playing these particular roles, they get switched up because obviously, like Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, he's got to be like 50 years old right now. Like he's too old to play Wolverine. I mean, a young Wolverine anyway, because Wolverine's reputed for being like really old, and obviously Hugh Jackman's getting older, and it's getting harder to disguise that fact. Um, but um, but he did play a good Wolverine, and I actually think Tom Hardy would play a good Wolverine if you want my opinion. Um, but yeah, Hugh Jackman was too tall. That was the problem with him being Wolverine. He had the right personality and this, that, and the other, but he was just too tall. Why am I showing? I think I'm showing still the Hela picture that meme I made. I don't know why I'm showing that. I was talking about Hugh Jackman and Tom Hardy playing Wolverine. I hadn't made a meme of that yet. I guess I'll do that, but I feel like I have to explain these memes because obviously they're just words on a bit of paper on, or not a bit of paper, but on the computer. So anyone can come along and, just change them up as they get switched from computer to computer, and say I said things when I didn't say them, especially if I don't have full access to my social media. And I have not seen any evidence to suggest that I do. Pan over that way. I do not want anyone seeing my fancy new bed sheets and blanket. Paid a lot of money for those, so I would. It's none of your business. So you're not looking at them, okay? Uh. Well, those are some of the memes I made. I made a few before. Um, they're not like, tremendously very difficult to do if you have the right template. As I said, the ideas sort of just come into your head. It's all about your mindset, not mindset, and your interpretation of things that perhaps can help you to think of things from outside of the box. I mean, we all have our unique experiences, and part of that is what television you watch growing up. Like, I watch a lot of Person of Interest, a lot of NCIS. Uh, um, yeah, so, like, I'm vaguely familiar with certain things. And if anyone wants to know about Lady Gaga, the videos I made on my old account, they're more than welcome to ask. Um, Particularly the one where the two guys are in the bar and they're talking about her. I make reference uh, that she's Kapu, which is dark spirit, and that it's a Spy Groove reference, and I just thought the pictures fit quite well with the scene. Um, you know, I didn't see anybody else do it, so I think I might have been the first person to do that, perhaps. I did put it on an old account. years before, but that was my account. Um, Anyone's more than welcome to look at it. Zhang for Tang, whatever. It wasn't much of an account. I just copy and pasted basically the Tick episodes, from like the 90s. Um, the other Lady Gaga one I did was when I put the voice of the devil from the End of Days, Gabriel, what's his name? I forget his name now. That was not a bad movie though. I haven't seen it for quite some time, and it's got so many dimensions to it with that picture, and well, I thought it was funny. I thought of the concept years ago, right? But I wasn't able to properly articulate it. Mostly because of time, space, communication constraints. Um, so yeah, this is that video on that particular subject. Um, yeah, if someone's questioning, oh, did he make that meme or not? Or like, because from my perspective, I don't even know if these are actually going public. It says so on my side, but I don't know. It's shuffling hands, and when things shuffle hands, it tends to be blah 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 blah, purple monkey dishwasher. And I just wanted to clarify that. And also, in the future, I don't want to be shown things and go, well, you said this or you said that. And I go, well, I may not remember, uh, that particular combination of words because, I've said thousands of different things on the internet, but I would know if I didn't say something because I know myself. So, like I may not know full well if I had said something, or maybe I need a reminder. But if they try to come along and say, well, we'll tinker a few words and, obviously he's not going to remember, that would be bullshit. Because there is a line, and I've always known that, and I've never crossed it. And there are people out there that will imply that I have, just because they're stupid assholes and they didn't know me and they made assumptions and now they can't back up what they're saying. I mean, I'm not saying that's a 100% fact that that's what they're going to do, but I, from my perspective, I think that's what they're going to do. Because it's just the mentality of trolls when you're dealing with them on the internet. You get a vague idea what they're about. Anyway, um, yeah, that was my morning talk for video YouTube. 20 minutes long. It's a bit of a commitment for some people, but uh, I assure you it is worth your time and bother if you sit through it and actually watch my videos. I mean, you could, watch mainstream stuff that's decided for you is acceptable watching television, or uh, you can watch, not underground, but, different sort of stuff. Entirely up to you. Because I don't trust them Netflix. Like, they want to get rid of DVDs, right? And that's just so that a secret agency can decide what you can and can't watch. Now, based on how old you are, you may remember things from certain movies that other people don't, and remember movies that other people don't. But as soon as those people pass on and the new generation comes along, all concept of that movie disappears. DVD is a hard copy. You rely on Netflix or something like that, they decide. And they can remove something for any reason they want. And in doing so, they're erasing history or altering it, like 1984. So I'm a big advocate for collecting DVDs. I've got hundreds of unopened ones, and I'm going to continue collecting them uh, because, I don't want someone coming along telling me what to watch. I mean, obviously I'm flexible and I'll watch, other things, but, I don't want to be dictated into watching things, especially if I'm not going to like them. Um, like I actually did see American Made the other day. Funny enough, I thought of the Tick reference, American Made, she throws her shoes. Anyway, um, it was an alright movie, I suppose, but I absolutely knew Tom Cruise was going to get bumped off in the end. It was a good movie. I'd go buy it if it came out. But you know, like I knew Tom Cruise was gonna get bumped off, and you know, like uh, there was a lot of stuff going on, and you know, obviously the movie didn't have enough time to tell everything, but he may have not died in such a pleasant manner. I mean, in the end, Tom Cruise gets shot in his car, right? And there's also a metaphorical implication that he's the turkey that Ronald Reagan ate for dinner. But those aside, it's you know it's not 100% historically accurate, but it is. It's like historically accurate in the sense of 300. You know, with Gerald Butler with his pristine, perfect teeth, where he used Colgate. They all got these massive rippling muscles, which I don't even think Gerald Butler even has anyway. I mean, I don't think he's particularly out of shape, but I don't think he has those kind of muscles. And I don't think those kind of muscles are actually particularly healthy either. I think like a six pack like that actually shifts the organs in your body, and that's not good for you. I did buy a crunch machine though, and I intend to use it because, as you people know from my last video, I do have somewhat of a gut. Like I'm not even that embarrassed about it. You know, from certain angles it looks perfectly fine, but obviously from other angles it doesn't look so good. That I can fix. I will work on it. Right now, I don't have the strength really to do a lot of working out because of my neck and how sore it is every day. Yeah, but you people don't give a rat's ass about that. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap up this video, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one.